Hey guys, I'm Bryson here. Welcome to my show, and today we're going to take a look at a cheapskate video that the title of the video is basically she's pregnant and she is cheap. And according to the comments, this video has over 4 million views, and the comments are saying like, hey, she's a cheapskate, but at least she's not as bad as everyone else. But I want to find out for myself exactly how bad of a cheapskate actually is this woman right here. So we're going to find in this video right here. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, guys, I upload this channel every single day. So make sure to also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also destroy the like button. Now, without further ado, let's see exactly what's going on with this lady right here.
My mother's a cheapskate and her mother were a cheapskate. So I'm 3 generations of cheapskate.
Oh my gosh, this is like a generational family thing of becoming a cheapskate. And by the way, I said this in a video before, guys, where I said like, hey, if you raise a kid with these morals, then they're gonna be just fine with this stuff, you know, because basically kids become whatever you want them to become according to what you actually teach them. It's very rare that they go ahead and be like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. But most of the time, if you teach them from like from little, they're gonna be cheapskates just like you are. So she's probably gonna be like, she's a 3rd generation, and her kid is probably gonna be the 4th generation. Okay, it's insane.
My family's been dumpster diving for generations. It's basically in my DNA at this point.
By the way, guys, okay, let's just clarify here. My family has been dumpster diving for generation. I never thought that statement would be like a generational statement, you know? I'm learning things every single day.
My name's Angel Durr, and I am literally the biggest cheapskate in Texas.
Oh, so she's from Texas, and she says biggest because basically she's pregnant right now. So, yeah.
Some people see dumpster diving as like a sport. I don't see it that way. I just see it as something I have to do in order to get what I want for the price that I'm willing to pay, which is nothing.
That is very dangerous, right? I don't know what she's getting though, you know, yet I haven't found out yet, you know, because dumpster diving sometimes can be a whole business, because sometimes some stores throw away brand new stuff they don't really use because it's obsolete, and you can resell them on eBay. But in this case, what is she using this stuff for? And is she like dumpster diving for food or no? Like, what is she actually getting?
But I found that if you come late in the evening, that's when cops tend to want to come around. So I try to do it in the middle of the day when people are working and stuff like that. One of the main things.
And by the way, yeah, dumpster diving is not like 100% legal, because basically you're going to somebody's private property. Well, dumpster diving isn't illegal, but going to somebody's property to dumpster dive because it's private property, that's the illegal part. According to your state, though, it depends.
Things that I look for when I go dumpster diving now are medications, especially prenatal vitamins. I research all medications before I take them, and I've been doing this a very long time. Don't try this at home.
Oh my gosh. So she's basically taking she's taking pregnant medication basically, right? And she's getting them from the garbage. But she's saying, I'm doing like my research. How can you like know for sure like what you're actually taking is what you actually think? It's like in a dumpster. Like, you don't even know, right? Oh my God, this is so dangerous.
By foraging through dumpsters behind pharmacies and hospitals, 25-year-old Angel Durr has managed to save more than $350 on vitamins and medications over the course of her 8-month pregnancy.
Over $300 saved by searching through hospital bins and also like pharmacies. By the way, a lot of this thing like from hospital, usually they put like a big like, what is it like? It's kind of like a, you know, like the yellow mark that says basically like biohazard, because like not safe to touch and stuff like that. So I don't know what she's doing, man. This is like kind of scary.
I'm kind of just poking around to see if I can hear anything rattling, because generally that's a dead giveaway of pills. I think expiration dates in general are kind of,
Listen, man, I don't care if you eat some rotten cheese, okay? That's your business. But when you're talking about taking expired pills and medicine, that's a whole different problem, right? Because basically, you don't know what's gonna happen, and the risk is super high. The risk is literally like a kid that you're actually, you know, like raising. Oh my God, man, this is crazy. This is too far, guys. I'm sorry.
a lot of times they put expiration dates on things way earlier than they need to just to sell more products.
Well, that is a reason, but sometimes the reason is also like a safety reason, because that way they can always guarantee like, hey, it might actually expire before, right? But the point is, we're gonna set the expiration like this because that way, if somebody does eat it after, we know it might not still be spoiled or something like that, you know. But it is a marketing tactic being like, hey, expires this date so it can actually sell more. So I do understand that point of view, but not with medicine. Come on, like medicine, like don't even take the risk.
Bingo.
Angel is always excited to
Orlando Tolson husband. This is the husband, guys. You know, I'm always excited to see like who the husbands to these ladies usually are and to these men usually are, okay? Because it's very unique, you know, dealing with something like this. Maybe like when you first find out they're actually like this, you're like, what? But then once you're used to it, you're like, oh, whatever.
find like medicine in the dumpster. They're so hard to find and they're so expensive.
It's folic acid, which is good for pregnancy.
I cannot believe
She's like a mini doctor, right? That's what she is, like doing research. I would never take that risk whatsoever, man. It's insane.
the Angel dumpster dives for meds.
No, that's not even safe. That's way too extreme for me.
So even her mother is like, hey, that's not even safe. That's way too extreme. You know, medicine is very expensive. We can all like understand that, but you know, we're talking about a kid here, like your kid's life and his safety. You know, that's the problem.
We recently bought a house, primarily because of the fact that we were about to have a child.
We got this house because it was an ex-frat house. It was in horrible condition.
Uh-oh, so she did also buy the house at a discount. Do I care? The answer is no. You know, a house is just a house. You can always remodel it. You can always like redo things the way you actually want to do it. You can always fix things up. So I don't really care whatsoever. But I want to hear what she actually did, because there's always like some crazy story when it comes to these people.
And it had a funky odor, to say the least. I mean, it was a party house.
Angel and Orlando have both renovated and furnished the 3,400 square foot home without spending a single penny.
They're refurnished. They fixed the whole property without spending a single dollar. All right, you piqued my interest. Let's find out how they actually did it. This is interesting.
People that come to our house, we make a point to say, hey, that came out of a dumpster. And then usually people are kind of taken aback, but at the same time, they're kind of like, oh, wow.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, her house looks pretty nice. Is this amazing? Like, your house looks, by the way, you can always go, for example, on Craigslist and also get free furniture. You don't have to go to a dumpster. And by the way, only in America, you really see people like throwing away like fridges that actually work, like furniture that works. It's a very rare thing like outside of America, you know, but only here. So a lot of things, they still work. They're still good. People just don't want them, don't know what to do with it. Nobody wants it either, so just like throw it away. So I could see this also.
For me, dumpster diving, I'm not in the minor leagues. I'm in the big leagues. We've been doing this in my family for 60 plus years. So we know what we're doing. We've been passing it down from generations.
My mother.
Generational dumpster diving, man. And it seems to be working. You know, they have enough to buy their own home. They have enough, for example, for their car. And the only thing I'm not all the way here with, like the whole medicine thing, that's a little bit too extreme for me.
Did it. I did it. She was a child of depression. Everything has a purpose. Angel seems to love it. She enjoys it. It's like a rush for her.
She told me I find
Yeah, you know, the thing is that, you know, a lot of the times kids tend to take up the tendencies of their parents, but they don't really understand exactly why their parents did the things they did, right? Because, for example, if I grew up in a depressive era, then obviously I wouldn't do other things like that, right? I would make sure that every single penny goes as far as possible. But it's been so long since that era that really you don't have to do all these things, but the mindset continues to be put into your kids' kids, and that keeps getting passed along. So that can always be a positive thing, but sometimes it can be very negative, because is this still needed? Most likely no. Most likely no.
stuff in the dumpster. It's like Christmas. I thought about it and I was like, man, it is kind of like Christmas, because you get all this free stuff.
While most expectant parents can spend around $5,000 furnishing a new nursery, Angel and Orlando have collected the same pieces for free.
Listen, man, they got a whole nursery from the garbage, okay? This guy is obviously very handy. You can tell because he's basically fixing and building everything themselves. Listen, I could judge the heck out of this and be like, why would you put your kid in this dumpster diving thing? But most likely, they're going to clean it up, make sure everything is safe for the kid and stuff like that. So I don't really mind. But, you know, would I go this far? No. but I could see like why they would go. Like my grandma kind of thinks the same way, and like not like dumpster diving, but kind of like, hey, make every single penny squeezed, okay? Because you want to get all the value out of it, every single dime. But you know, it's 2020.
We found a lot of different furniture that we're gonna be using in the nursery, and it's actually a complete set that we've managed to get out of dumpsters. Getting a crib from the dumpster is just like anything else I get from the dumpster. I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna sanitize it, I'm gonna make sure it's safe before I let my baby even set foot in it.
Yeah, so I respect that. If she's cleaning it, making sure everything's okay, sanitizing it, then that's fine. That's the whole thing, you know? That's awesome. But, you know, she's taking like these like the medicine thing. That's what's not safe, and that's why I'm not a big fan of. And by the way, I wish I could be like, hey, let me send her a DM or a text or something. But this is an old video, so most likely the kid has been born like either like years ago or months ago, okay? So there's no sense in trying to reach out to her now.
So what color do you think I should use next?
You should have used the blue.
It's probably a good idea. It'll contrast well with the pink. We've been picking up paint samples also because we were thinking that that's something that you can get for free and that we could paint the room in different colors.
But
that is actually pretty, as a passenger, pretty good idea, right? You get the samples and you paint the room a whole bunch of different colors. That's actually pretty cool. And if you actually know how to paint, that would probably be like a cool design. But I'm almost guessing this is not gonna turn out as she thinks, okay? But it's interesting. It's interesting. Let's watch. And by the way, painting can cost you sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars. Okay, painting is not cheap.
to paint the entire room, she'll need to collect 35 to 40 paint can samples, which she doesn't want to pay for.
We still need more paint.
Definitely need more paint.
They have like two little squishes of paint on the wall. Oh my god.
Orlando and I are going to the paint store to try to get as many free samples as we can in order to finish the nursery.
I wonder if the hardware store is gonna catch on, and I wonder if they're even gonna care, right? Because the samples are samples.
Me and Orlando have been doing this a long time, so we've already hit up a lot of places.
Hello.
Being pregnant kind of gives me a one-up on Orlando.
What size nursery are you painting?
Oh, that is awesome, right? So she's using all her cards. She's like, hey, I'm pregnant. My kid is coming. We're trying to build a nursery. Can you please help us? And they'll probably be like, yeah, I'll give you some like samples. We just don't know what to get though. Can you give us like as many as possible? Like, what's the limit?
I'd say it's a pretty standard size room.
Okay, so you'll need a couple of gallons. We have some samples here.
So how much are your samples?
We have samples for $2.99.
$2.99. I'd like to work with you on that.
I love, you know, in America usually people are not used to negotiating. Like whatever the price is, that's the price. But I always like to see, for example, the face of someone when a customer says like, hey, I'd like to actually work with you on that because that's a little bit too expensive for me and for my wallet. People aren't used to that. So it always catches them off guard, and sometimes they even gain a respect for you. So I want to see exactly what his reaction to that actually was.
How about free 99?
Free 99?
How do you feel about that? Free?
If you're gonna buy a couple of gallons of paint, maybe we can work out something.
Okay.
All right, so she's obviously lying here, okay? She's obviously lying at this point. Now, obviously, this lady right here is about to take off all his samples out of his hands for free and is telling him, I'll buy a few gallons here and there, don't worry about it, because he's trying to get the margins, right? But he won't get his money back, okay? If he gives him that paint, he's not gonna get his money back.
But I wouldn't be buying any today.
Today. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. Or the next day.
Okay. Well, I guess just a couple.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So she got away with it, and she's saying like, yeah, I'll maybe buy some maybe tomorrow or the next day here and there. And I don't know how much it costs like the store, but it's like, hey, a free sample. You're hoping that the customer will come back. This customer is not coming back. I'm sorry.
It is kind of unusual for someone to haggle over a small sample of paint, but she was a very nice lady, and she was decorating a nursery, so thought I would help her out.
I I approached it like I approached every situation. I just, you know, was nice and sweet. And I always think that you get more flies with sugar than you do with vinegar. So
that is very true, you know, and that's the very like good. That basically means that, guys, okay, you basically get what you want when you actually use kindness instead of trying to use like, hey, you know, like these like crazy things. Okay, so you want to use sugar instead of like vinegar. I understand that right there. And she got 3 cans, and so far I think she's missed like around 30 more or so. But Orlando's like, hey, I can't even get no cans because basically I'm not pregnant, but I wish I was pregnant.
obviously it worked. I wonder if there's anything in here.
The first year of a baby's life can typically cost new parents upwards of $12,000. But for cheapskate mom to be Angel Durr, spending this kind of money is simply out of the question.
By the way, I do know about that, guys, by the way, okay? When I've done research on like how much a kid would cost me, they've always been like $10,000 to $12,000 the first year. And I'm like, wow, like how is that possible? You know, it's just because of all like the paint, the nursery, oh this, oh that, the clothes, the milk, the diapers, the wah. Before you know it, you spend a lot of money. So you might see me in your local dumpster. Just don't talk to me, okay? But you might see me.
Oh, Percy.
So she's chosen dumpster diving as a way of getting the things she needs for free.
They got a stroller in here, ain't they?
Really?
The most important thing right now is for us to get a breast pump, but I'm not about to pay for it because it can cost $200.
She's trying to get a used breast pump? Is that what I just heard? And they just found like a whole stroller and a car seat in that dumpster. Isn't that insane also? That's so crazy. I wish people would just like donate these things, right? Just like donate like the things you don't need. I wish it was like a big like corporation. I think Goodwill does a good job at it, but they also sell it like a big corporation. Like, hey, I want to donate my stroller or things like this, and then people can just go over there and get it, but like not from the dumpster because basically it's already dirty and stuff like that, right? So that's the whole risk to it. But she's gonna sanitize it, obviously.
Spend $200 on a breast pump. If somebody else could build it, I could build it. So why not make it myself, you know?
Yeah, this guy, man, this guy's like Bob the Builder, man. This guy's Bob the Builder. He's trying to build everything. He's redone the whole house. He's trying to build his wife a breast pump. This is some creative stuff, man.
Have you thought about like how you're gonna put it together and everything?
Yeah, I was thinking about using the air pump that we got and some type of hose.
I feel pretty comfortable being a guinea pig for Orlando's breast pump because I trust him and I know that he's not going to do anything to hurt me.
This is going to be like, oh, like you're talking about I'm going to use an air pump. Imagine that thing just like rips her. Oh my God, this can be a tragedy. But Orlando seems to have his hands around. Like he seems to be very handy. So if he can get this to work, man, for like less than $200, he might just have a whole business on his hands.
If he hurts me, I'm going to kill him.
We're gonna go to the junkyard
So there you go. That's the threat for Orlando right there.
to get the stuff for the pump.
Okay.
So let's hit the road.
Angel's taken this a little bit further. She really doesn't have to, but I think she just has gotten to the point where she doesn't spend money on anything.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying, guys? It goes to the point where I heard this story in this book once, and it basically said that some guy married this woman, right? And basically, when the woman was basically like cooking the ham, she would always cut the tail of the ham off and basically throw it away and then put it in the pan. And when her husband asked her, like, why do you do that? She said, well, I do it because my mom always did it. Okay, that's why I do it. And then she went to her mom's house and her mom told her, well, I did it because my mom always did it. And then when they went to the mom's house, the grandmother's house, she said, well, I did it because the pan was too small. So I couldn't really fit the whole ham inside. So, so the point is that basically people pick up these habits that basically take it to an extreme, but don't understand why those habits were actually put in place. So do you need to do all this stuff in 2020? No, you don't.
Well, junkyards, I mean, they're hit or miss. You might find some good stuff, you might not. So we're just hoping that we'll find what we need to finish the pump.
I had no idea you could actually go to junkyards and go there like as a shopping cart. He has a whole shopping cart, bro. I had no idea you could do that.
The guys here
Bro, they have like kitchen accessories. They have a whole bunch of things over there.
are pretty cool because anything under 20 or 30 pounds we can take for free.
Anything under 20 or 30 pounds you can take for free. It'll be garbage either way or disposed of, so might as well just give it out for free.
What about this plastic thing down here?
This thing?
Yeah, put that in the bag.
What about this little one?
Yeah, that looks good. You think you could do something with that?
What about this?
Maybe.
Oh my god, this this is a whole different level, guys. Okay, just look at this. Okay, this is crazy.
When I saw those two, I gave myself a chuckle because I have no idea what they're going to end up doing with that stuff, but I wish them the best of luck.
That's what I would say too. Like, what are these guys gonna do? Like, he's over here like testing it. Like, okay, so will this fit? Will that fit? This is crazy. I'm having so much fun.
Look like we got some pretty good stuff. Yeah, I found some interesting pieces to build the breast pump. I think it's gonna work out pretty well.
Now it's just up to Orlando to put it together.
All right, so here it comes. Orlando is about to, you know, put his all his skills to use here. Okay.
After cleaning and sterilizing all his materials and doing some extensive research on the internet, Orlando starts working on the breast pump.
By the way, guys, so far this pump is actually looking pretty good. You know, it's very interesting. You know, sometimes people get like big budgets and like small budgets, and sometimes the people with the small budgets do a lot more than the people with the big budgets. So it's interesting what he'll build, because in a way this could become a whole business, right? It could be.
Oh, I'm gonna use the air pump, basically a bicycle pump.
I don't think I would want my daughter using it.
I want this thing to work. It's free milk. Nothing's better than free.
He's literally testing it out. This guy is a full-blown entrepreneur, okay? And he's over here using a whole bike pump, okay? You guys ready? All right, get the pump. Get daddy's pump. And then oh my God, this is insane. This is crazy.
I think if anyone should use it, it should be him first. We'll test it out on him before, you know, anything.
Yeah, so they got Orlando, the guy trying to help them, basically using the pump on himself. Okay, this is a new thing. Okay, this is crazy. His shirt is literally up, as you guys can see. Okay, he's literally testing for safety, so he wants to make sure this is like 100% safe for his wife. Okay.
I think I did it.
In the nursery, Angel puts the finishing touches on the painting, having used 42 free samples and saving $126.
There's no telling how she'll react. That depends on how it feels. This is my Orlando.
All right, guys, so the whole wall has been done, and she's basically just made squares out of every single sample, and she's done it. Okay, she's done it. She could have used, for example, like a black sample and basically just like drawn over every single square and just make like a square. That way it looks a little bit more better. But again, it all depends on what you want to do. But it doesn't look nice. It looks good. It looks good. It doesn't look that bad.
Orlando 3000, ready for action. If it hurts, I'll probably be sleeping on the couch.
Wow. I can't believe you actually got it to work.
That is insane. Orlando just got a pump to work, okay? That is crazy. Now, all you need is a little motor, a little electricity or something going on there, and he has a whole business, okay? Because nobody wants to, like, you know, pump milk out with a bike pump, okay? But if you can figure this out, $1 billion idea.
Angel and Orlando, they will always go to incredible extremes to save a dollar.
I don't see Angel ever stopping. She's gonna be just like this, and you know, at 25, she's gonna be like this at 75.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Okay, so the nursery actually does look pretty nice, guys, okay? When you, like, from far away, everything put together, it looks pretty nice. But from, like, close up, you can tell, like, hey, this is actually not that good. But from far away, it actually does look nice. I'll be honest, it looks pretty nice.
It doesn't really matter how much money I make. I'm always gonna feel like my money is something sacred and something that I'm gonna be choosy about what I spend it on.
You know, people call these people cheap, right? And I'll be honest, they're pretty cheap. But the answer is, this woman has her own home that she paid for. She's getting all supplies she needs for her house. She's making sure her kid is okay. And at the end of the day, she's probably like securing a better future than a lot of other people are, because basically, all people basically like they might spend all this money on like all these items, but they might just be going into debt and causing like a whole bunch of other problems. And most people don't really have their own houses, so I can't really judge her that much.
Even when me and Angel are 60, 70 years old, I feel like we're still gonna dumpster dive.
Hey, this is nice.
We should get it tattooed on our back, dumpster divers for life.
Oh my God! All right, so I think I've watched enough of Darnell and his wife over here. Okay, or Orlando. I think his name is Orlando. Orlando and his wife. You know, overall, guys, I'll tell you the truth. The only part of this video I was super disappointed in. By the way, they found paint in the dumpster, in the dumpster, just so you guys know, okay? So everything came together. And overall, the only thing I wasn't happy about was her going to the extreme of dumpster diving for medicine and not knowing exactly what's inside of those bottles, because you never really know, right? Some people could like switch things out, do something crazy, you don't know. Plus, it's your kid on the line, right? But overall, guys, comment down below. What did you think about this lady and her husband and her kid that's about to be the 4th generation? Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you enjoyed this video right here, well, like this video. And if you're new, and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a video. And on top of that, also destroy my Instagram follow button, because I also have an Instagram at Bryson. And if you want to watch another video on, for example, couponing, extreme couponing, we'll watch this video right here and click my video right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always,